Boston Red Sox are currently in the middle of a series with the first-place Texas Rangers. We'll face the first-place New York Yankees in the series after that, and following that, in the middle of the trade deadline, we'll face the first-place Detroit Tigers. It's kind of a bad time for the Red Sox, who are currently one game under 500 as of this recording, to be facing these kind of teams, as they're in the middle of making a decision about whether they're going to buy, sell, or if they're just going to stand pat at this year's trade deadline. The reason this is such a huge question is because with the one-game wild card at the end of the season, if the Red Sox are able to get one of those two spots for the one-game play-in, there's a 50-50 chance, and as simple as you can make it, that the Red Sox won't be in the playoffs. So let's say they make a huge trade that involves giving away multiple top prospects, and they bring back some really big players like a Cole Hamels or a Zach Greinke. Those players are basically rentals for the last 2 months, and they would have given up a lot just for a small chance. One that, if it were just the Red Sox and a few other teams, wouldn't be so much of a problem, but the Red Sox actually have more teams in front of them in the playoff race than behind them at present, and that is a little bit more of a problem. A couple of teams have consistently come up in the rumors for who the Red Sox might acquire, and the kind of players that they're talking about there are ones who they could have for more than just 2012, and that's kind of a different situation. Someone like Josh Johnson would be available in 2013 and might give them the kind of starting pitching that they just haven't had this year from anyone on a consistent basis. And someone like Hanley Ramirez, the former Red Sox prospect who used to be one of the best players in all of baseball, the change of scenery might do him well in Boston. It's definitely a risk. There's no saying that it's not a risk, but it's the kind of thing where if the price is right, Boston should at least explore it, because there's a lot of upside in a move like that. There's no complete word yet on just what direction the Red Sox are looking in, but chances are good that they won't be outright buying, at least not in the sense of buying rentals just for the 2012 season, because they're just not in a position where that's a good idea. And the front office might have made some mistakes over the last couple of years, but one of the things that they always seem to handle well is the trade deadline, and they almost always bring in much more value than they send out.